Hello and welcome back to the Fine Whining Podcast. I'm with my one co-host, Michael.
Well, where's the other guy? I saw there's three little creatures on the cover of this podcast. There's a man, there's a cow, and there's a cheese. Where's that man at?
Well, he's at work right now.
Work.
Yeah. You know how I don't want to dox his job. I was gonna say his job, and I don't want to. Yeah. You know how a corporate business could be. Very demanding.
Yeah, I forgot. He has to turn in that Henderson file. I forgot.
Yeah. Well, how you been, Mike? How's your week?
Oh man, dude, it's been something, man. So, something happened on. No, I'll just talk about my wine. Is a hope. I think what. I'm I'm not even really hopeful. I'm like a hopeless fuck. But sometimes when I get a glimmer of hope, I get happy, and then it's immediately extinguished, and then I lose hope once again. So Friday, I was talking to Jerry about this, and so I was listening to his podcast, and I just went to the post office, and then I was like, let me stop by 7-Eleven. And I don't know if I told you about this, but one time I got scratchers. So I got scratchers. He's got like some scratchers. And I went home and I won $111 off a scratcher.
Oh shit.
And I was like, okay, this is awesome. But, what if I maybe use this $111 to get more scratchers to for perhaps with this? So I went back to the place. The guy was like, "Oh, congratulations! You won $111, my friend. That's great." And I was like, "Yeah. How many of those scratchers do you got of that one I just got?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know, sir. Let me go check. Why? Do you want like a couple?" No, I want all of them.
You know how that makes you look?
Hey, look, hey, I didn't waste that much money, so I got really nothing to lose. Because I wasn't normally when I scratch off a scratcher, I know I'm not going to win anything. So for the first time, I'm like, you know what? Let me take a chance. And well, cheese, I'm going to DM you right now. I mean, and I want you to describe what you see to the audience.
I'm looking at these pictures. Okay, so first I see a bottle. Okay, first I see a bottle of Black Label, so alcohol, of course.
Yeah, but what's there? So there's 28 scratcher tickets, by the way.
28 scratcher.
And so I had so long that it reaches from my front gate all the way to the top of my porch.
Yeah, scratcher tickets. What the fuck?
So I'm not gonna lie. So when I got home and I scratched the scratcher and I got the $111, I didn't know what to do. So what I did was I got crossed. I got really high and drunk, and then I even called Croc. What should I do with this? Croc's like, how much you spend on the scratchers? And he goes, then subtract that and buy the rest of the scratchers with that. But I'm like, but Croc, what if I just get all of them and then I potentially win the big bucks? He goes, yeah, but then you lose negative. I'm like, yeah, but what if it's positive? And like I just like, even though I have spent like like $20, I can spend the full 100. He's like, no, don't do that. That's stupid. I'm like, shut up, Croc.
I agree.
Don't tell me what to do. So after some debating, I went back, I got the 20 tickets, and I spent all day like a crackhead, just scratching essentially, and just spent maybe 3 hours listening to some podcasts. I caught up, was drinking, scratched all of it, and I did win money.
How much?
I only want $60.
Oh, so okay. So what was like the max prize for if let's say you hit
30 grand.
30 grand?
Yeah.
That's like even a lot. Why not just get like the expensive ones where you get like $1 million?
Dude, those are like fucking $20 a pop a fucking ticket.
I would have got those instead of these fucking little cheap ones.
Hey, they're only $3, okay? But yeah, I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking extra money, yeah. And then I was thinking about what I'm gonna do with the money because I'm in this high euphoric state. I'm like, I'm gonna win the big bucks, yeah. Like I want to buy this, I want to buy that, and then well, it didn't happen. So
this is why they call it the fool's tax.
Yeah. But come on, dude, I hear these stories of these losers winning the lottery tickets all the time. Why can't I be one of these losers? It's usually like some random bum or like a guy who works at like Burger King. And why can't me with like, a decent job and some money just go and, just be a millionaire and be an asshole to people?
You don't spend all your money on fucking lottery tickets. They do. They have a higher chance of winning because probably when they get any type of money or a paycheck, they just go immediately to the fucking corner store. That's why.
Maybe that's the move. Maybe I should become one of these. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I was on fucking, I was just like living on the moon. I was just like, oh, just ecstatic. I felt like the best way to describe it is I felt like a ghetto like lord, if that makes sense. Like I had like all these scratchers and like I had like some alcohol and I was like, I want the big bucks. I'm gonna scratch these and I'm gonna be the richest man in this ghetto. But it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, so my hopes and dreams were quickly extinguished. The hopes and dreams I didn't even know I had until I won that $111.
I wouldn't expect this from you, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I ended up taking my $60. I mean, I am still positive, like $40, but I could have been positive, like $90.
Yeah.
But and I just took my little wins and I just bought fucking Wendy's and I talked to Jerry and I was depressed. So I just ended up buying Wendy's and getting myself fat. And the worst part is too, so when I went back to that 7-Eleven, I felt so good that I even bought my girlfriend like a cookie that I don't think she needs or deserves. But I was like, she likes these little sugar cookies. I remember her liking these years ago. And I was like, oh, here, you like? She's like, oh my God, I love these. So, I felt like,
the man. You're like,
yeah, I was like,
the day.
I'm spoiling you. I got you a cookie.
So the thing I learned is that I'm never taking you to Vegas with me because you're going to win a couple $100 and be like, okay, cheese, bet it all on black. We're going to get fucking money tonight.
Let it ride. That's no, I've gambled before. And especially when it comes to casinos, if like I've won like $300 and I just take my wins like, all right, that's it, I'm done. But then I just spend the 300 at the bar, so whatever.
It goes all back. Wouldn't expect it from you, to be honest. Not something you would do. Or at least
no.
Yeah.
It's not, but whatever. Like the hood and the poor person like deep inside of me like took over.
Especially when you gave a woman some food. What the fuck? That's definitely not.
Yeah, I know, like a 600 like a calorie cookie or whatever.
Yeah.
I was really just in a good mood.
Yeah.
Anything with you? Anything exciting? Did you find out that there's no hope in life?
Well, nothing really happened in my week, but I do have a whine that I would like to get into.
Okay.
So I know we don't like to talk about video games on this podcast because
every time it's a cheese and Mike, is it just gonna be video games now?
I think so, because it's really bothering me because it's something I noticed. Okay, so the new Mortal Kombat game, right? Came out.
Yes.
Okay, so there used to be a feature called the Crypt mode, and with the Crypt mode, you can go and buy, or not buy, but like go unlock shit like customizable like outfits and yada yada, all that shit, items and shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, in the new one, they got rid of it.
Yeah, I play this game and I noticed that the feature that's been in like almost every Mortal Kombat game to unlock stuff is removed. And funnier than that is the previous games were, $60 and there was a lot of content that you had to use to unlock.
Yep.
And with the recent increase, because they think games are more valuable now, we paid $70. Or if you're an asshole like me, you paid $110 for the special.
And I am an asshole, so I also spent $100.
And then we only got like one fucking outfit.
Yep.
And then no crypt. We got less content.
Yeah, but funnily enough, coming up with a little theory in my head, I'm like, okay, so how do I unlock outfits? So there's another mode, but it's kind of shit. But there's also where you can get these special credits, this in-game currency that you can pay for. And there's a fucking seasonal shop where you're like, oh, you can buy this. It's only for a limited amount of time, so you better get in. It's like fucking Fortnite. So that's my fucking whine. Games, the Fortnitification of games, of video games. Everything has a fucking battle pass or a fucking little store that only sells skins for a limited amount of time. So you better spend all your money, spend your grandma's money, spend mom's money. It's fucking bothering me because I was looking forward to this fucking game to unlock the the customizables because I was like, oh, Crypt, that's the funnest like little part of fucking Mortal Kombat. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait to relive my youth. No, it's gone. Instead, you gotta pay fucking money for customizable items or whatever skins. It's pissing me off.
The problem is, like you said, the Fortnitification of it. But I mean, I wouldn't want to explain Fortnite, but I mean, sure, everyone's seen it. But essentially, there's like so many million guest characters. You could have Spider-Man and fucking Kratos. I don't know, like a lot of these like dumb like little characters.
Yeah.
But because of the Fortnitification, this is the thing that games have been taking is guest characters. And as you know, the new Mortal Kombat, for some reason, well, first of all, they got some celebrities. They got Jean-Claude Van Damme, who no one fucking like knows the fuck he is except people who like grew up in the 90s or maybe even in the 80s. Like he's a nobody. Maybe
I can excuse that. I can excuse that.
Like he's probably not that expensive at all. Like not at all. But they got what's that woman's name? The
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, one of the more newest, hottest actors. Not like literally, she's not hot. She's fucking gross. But for some reason, people like her, and they paid millions of dollars to have her, you know, be voice of a character that sucks. And I can only imagine how much they paid. And they want to add fucking superheroes to a fucking Mortal Kombat game.
Okay. So I mean, like, you can't really blame him for that. Okay, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Okay, they based the character off of him, so I can understand that. The guest heroes, that's been a thing since like way back. All right.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, once you get like fucking little superheroes in, those fucking nerds they cost a lot of money to have, so they have to have some way to pay for these fucking characters, which is with these like loot crates and boxes. That's why Fortnite has a million of them, because they have to pay for all these like licensings that no one like really asked for.
Well, I like it, but you know, I think it's just more of like,
lay in your grave. You fucking wanted
like, no, because the thing is, in order to get these fucking guest characters, you have to buy the fucking DLC for it. It doesn't mean that I need to have also microtransactions in my game. I already paid for the fucking characters.
Guess what?
No,
you're $20 and like let's say
$100. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, so the game's base is 70. Maybe you paid 30, and everyone around the world, like let's say 100,000 people paid this extra $30. It's probably like 1 million. Who knows? Yeah. That still is not enough for the licensing for like these dumb little superheroes, because dumb little superheroes fucking are expensive as shit, especially like since like Disney and all these major corporations own them. They're just gonna milk the shit out of it. And best way to pay for it is, well, hey buddy, you have to pay $10 for like a slightly less blue Sub-Zero.
Slightly less
which
blue.
I got.
Yeah. You have to pay fucking Sub-Zero wearing a fucking what is that? He's like a little Mexican now or whatever.
Oh, that was
Have you
awesome.
seen that?
Okay, don't that. That's so.
That was retarded.
No, it's not. I'm part Mexican, and I felt a little bit of pride. I never felt Mexican pride until I saw, Sub-Zero dressed as a mariachi. I'm like, all right, this game's officially cool.
I thought, I'm not wasting my fucking points on this. This is retarded. Yeah, I figured you're retarded. So, but yeah, that's my fucking whine. The Fortnitification of video games. I'm tired of it. I want the Crypt back. At the Crypt. We gotta make a movement. Go to Ed Boon's house and let's beat the fuck out of him.
We should just step on his fucking head like the Goomba he is.
Yeah. Yeah, that pissed me off.
You know what's gonna piss you off? One of these times. Well, at least it upsets me. Shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Spotify will not ban AI-made music, says the boss. The boss of Spotify says he has no plans to completely ban content created by artificial intelligence from music streaming platforms. Earlier this year, the platform pulled a track featuring AI cloned voices of performers like Drake and The Weeknd and blah, blah. So for those who don't know about this, so you could do an AI and you could make anyone sing anything. Like, I think this is like, we're in an awesome era of music because, I mean, I'm going to go boomer, made for all the boomers out there, but I love Pink Floyd, but I love Roger Waters, like singing in it. But, after Roger Waters left was David Gilmour, who's, he's good, but he's not Roger Waters. But I would want Roger Waters to sing the David Gilmour songs. And with the power of technology, I can now. But for some reason, a lot of like, the only people who are like autistic spurgs about being against this are these, I guess, I mean, really seen this, but the Philistines, the people who are like, well, music is art and it takes hard work and talent and, it's taking money away from the artists. Say, well, no, not really. It's not, because if people really love like Drake and like, I'm hearing Drake sing Living La Vida Loca. Like that's awesome. That just makes. And if I was like some guy who was just off the street and I didn't know who the fuck Drake was, and I heard this cover of Living La Vida Loca, and I'm like, man, this guy's a good singer. Who is this, Drake? Oh, I should check out his stuff. It just kind of promotes more and just proves that these artists have great voice and can do many things. I think it shows off potential talent of a lot of artists, in my opinion. The only problem I have is if someone's like making money off of it, then okay, maybe yeah, then that's kind of bad. But a lot of like autistic retards are like, this is the death of art. Art is gone. But what do you think about it?
So, well, I have two problems. So, who the fuck's not gonna know Drake? One of the biggest artists in mainstream. So that's retarded.
Okay, what if your grandfather or your uncle? Do you think they know who a Drake is?
Drake was popular since the 2000s. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so your grandfather was born in 2000. Jeez,
he lived in the fucking 2000s. You think he listens to the fucking radio?
Dude, old people don't know shit, dude. We fucking had John Domingo on. The guy has fucking lived for like 100 years. He doesn't know things. He probably doesn't even know what Mortal Kombat is.
Oh, that would be surprising. But okay, look. So my other problem is that if they listen to a album cover or not album, like an AI cover of a song with a famous like person or whatever, they're gonna look up the music and be like, "What the fuck is this horse shit? He doesn't sing like this at all." So that's my other problem. But other than that, I don't think AI music is a bad thing. I mean, to be honest, I don't really care if they make money off of it either. I mean, if you want to be like a total Nazi about it, I guess like, pay the celebrity their due or whatever. But
other than that, get a piece of it, like
get a piece of it. But other than that, I don't see the problem really. I think people are retarded. I mean, the argument you said that people are saying is like, oh, art is dead now, and like this is gonna hurt artists, whatever. I mean, people were saying the same thing about cameras when they're first. Oh, art's now destroyed. There's no point in fucking making paintings anymore. It's no point. It's all done. Art's dead now. But
you know what? I think those people were onto something. Because think of this.
Okay.
I see these fat women taking these pictures all the time. And like, it's just ugly. And they even use these filters, which you could tell they're using filters. Like if you look at a picture and you're like, oh, that woman's like nice, hot, and skinny. But then if you look at the background, you see like the walls are for some reason like bent. It's because, they had to warp the picture to make themselves look skinny. Yeah. It kind of like, it's throwing me off. Well, as if someone, paints a hot chick with some big titties and ass, it's just, it's perfect. Like, because then I'll be like, oh, well, I know this isn't real, but man, this is beautiful. Like, I understand the beauty of, art because it can make unrealistic things happen. While if you, believe in reality and want the beauty of the real world, it sucks in general.
I guess. I don't know. Look, just because a fat girl, just because a fat girl uses Photoshop does not mean that, art is dead, all right? That just means she's just insecure and she just can't get any fucking dick. That's all it means, man.
Yeah, but you know what? I just want someone to just draw her instead. Like, draw her as if she had self-control.
They're gonna draw well instead.
No,
I'd be like, they're gonna lie?
Yes. Like art can make everything so much better. Like if someone drew me with like a 10-inch cock, you're like, well, Mike doesn't have like a 10-inch cock, but you know what? People would love it. People be like, you know what? I like that Mike guy. He has a 10-inch cock. But if I posted a picture of me and it was photoshopped with like an obviously like stretched image of my dick, like you see like my legs are like warped and stuff along with my cock, it'll throw you off,
But then, okay, let's say like imagine this, right? You get a statue made of you, right, in front of your house, right? It's you all buffed and you're like, you have a big wiener, right? Mm-hmm. And then this beautiful woman, like she's really beautiful, and she goes up to you and is like, oh, like is this you? And you're like, yeah, that's me, baby. And, so you bring her to your room, forcefully.
Well, I mean, I can't. I'm engaged. I can't talk about this. It makes me uncomfortable.
Your girlfriend's out and about or whatever. She's not there. She's not gonna.
Yeah, no, she can't say that's not true.
Yeah. Yeah, you smack her or whatever. She's knocked out.
Okay.
You got rid of her somehow, and you're about to do the deed, and she's like, "Oh man, I can't wait to see this 10-inch hog." And then
I was like, okay, well, but I do it doggy style. So can you like bend over and face the wall?
She's like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. But I felt 10 inches before, so I know exactly how I feel. And if it doesn't feel the same, then there's gonna be a problem. See?
Okay, well that's
Now you're
fine.
stuck.
No, because I'll just have like a dildo in my house laying around somewhere, like a horse cock.
Why would you have that laying around?
Well, for a situation like this, so she can go and tell the other village whores.
You know, I never really thought about it like that.
And think about it this way: she'll never know. You want to know why?
Why?
Because a lot of women are lazy in sex and they just want to be bent over. And you know what? If I say bend over and I'll do all the work, she'll be like, "Oh wow, gentlemen, so perfect," you know.
Oh, you got me there. Yeah, women.
So then she'll spread the word of the town like, "Wow, he has a big weenie. Wow."
Yeah.
And then if my fiance intervenes and say, "No, he doesn't," they'll be like, "Ah, she's hating. What a hater. She's jealous of all these women." So then I win.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess you convinced me. Okay, I'll start photoshopping my dick and everything and just posting it and be like, yeah.
Yeah, do that, man. Yeah, just say you want to turn off the lights because you feel insecure.
Yeah.
When in reality, you just A, you don't want to see her, and B, you don't want to see if she has like rolls or anything. You don't want to see that little stretch marks or that little panzon.
In reality, I'm just lying to these women.
Oh no! What a crime! I've never done that before. You convinced me not to do it, Cheese.
I'm a gentleman. All right. Yeah,
all right.
That's it for this topic.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Choose between. I want you to choose either Fetty Strikes Again or stop actors from being in video games.
I would say Fetty Strikes Again because, I don't know if
we've been talking about fucking video
this is
games.
Fetty Wap or Fetty the Fentanyl, or if you misspelled Fed, I don't know what this is, so I want to click on this.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Third arrest made in New York. Fentanyl nursery child death. Yeah. Police have arrested a man accused of helping to distribute drugs found in New York nursery with a 1-year-old died after being exposed to fentanyl. Randy Antonio Paredes. Okay, this guy has to be fucking Mexican or something. 38.
He's dealing drugs, yes.
Yeah. 38 is the third person arrested following the death of Nicholas Dominici? Yeah, I guess Dominici this month. Large quantities of narcotics were found in search of the Bronx nursery. Officials on Monday say that they found a stamp during search of the suspect's home that was used to mark drug packages. So, my question is, why a nursery?
Why not? I mean, think about it. Who's gonna expect there to be a bunch of drugs with a bunch of like real retarded kids? Because it's a bad idea. Because a lot of kids will run around and probably get into the drugs.
Exactly. What's happened here? Exactly. So why put it in a fucking nursery? Why not?
No one expected it.
Well, I can't say I really expected it, but I mean, exactly what you just said. What happened? This little kid was just running around. He was like touching stuff. You know how kids are? They put like random stuff in their mouth and stuff. And he probably like saw like a bag of like fun juice, and he was like, "Oh, what's this?" And he probably fucking opened it. Snorted it. Put in his mouth all the stuff, and then overdosed.
I'm trying to blaze through this article like real quick, and they don't say how this kid like died or overdosed, because this is obviously fake. This bullshit of you touch fentanyl, you fucking die.
What?
This kid probably like swallowed shit because kids eat shit all the time. Mm-hmm. Hey, did you see recently about some dumb fucking pit bull who was ODing because some like dog like sniffed fentanyl and they had to give the dog like Narcan to save it? That's fucking stupid.
The news would never lie to us, Mike. What are you talking about?
You're right.
Yeah. I trust everything this article says. But yeah, fucking kid was running around. But yeah, they don't say. But the nursery owner Gray Mendez, 36, and her tenant. Yeah,
Oh, so it's another Mexican. So she was behind this essentially.
Yeah, are facing federal charges of narcotic possession with intent to distribute, resulting in death, as well as conspiracy charges. Which I mean, like, okay, me personally, if I was in this situation, right? If I was dumb enough to put drugs in a fucking nursery, I'd hide it in like diapers. That's like a good way to like hide drugs, is it not? Like,
Yeah, but what if one kid wants to be responsible and he pooped his diaper? He's like, I want to be a big boy and put on my own diaper, and he puts it on, and then he gets like a bunch of fentanyl all over his like little weenie, and he ODs.
Well, okay, I can't imagine a fucking 1-year-old saying all that. Okay, so, but I guess like if we have fucking some retarded kid, but then okay, let's say okay, maybe how about this?
Mhm.
It's a retarded nursery where it's just a bunch of retards. So if they get some fentanyl in their system, you can't really tell the difference because, well, the kid's retarded.
Yeah, we just say he evolved to full vegetable. We'll just say that. But you know what? I just want to just talk about this. Okay, so first of all, this is a nursery ran by Mexicans, and I hate to say this, but you know what? Mexicans, as you know, people get their services cheap with the cost, with like a bit of a down cost. Like they don't speak English, or they may not do completely what you want because you can't understand them. If you have your kids like being babysat by Mexicans, and I'm gonna talk from experience, is I've been a Mexican baby being babysit by Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I was babysat by like my aunts and uncles who are Mexicans.
Yeah.
And I've seen drugs around. That's how I've seen, coke, meth, and weed, and God knows what under the sun. So that's like kind of a risk when you go with Mexicans. Like if you don't want to pay the extra to have like Mary Poppins, like the nicest white lady in the world, make cookies, then that's the cost. You have a Mexican. Like what do you expect? Mexican job.
Well, I mean, okay, you get a white woman and then she like fucks the kid.
No, she fucks your dog. You just don't let them babysit your animals.
I don't know. I feel like Mexicans are more trustworthy because, like, when you think of a white lady, you think
Well, I mean, they'll discipline your kids. If your kids acts like a little shit, those Mexicans will discipline your kids and put them on the right track. The problem is, they occasionally might leave out like a line or so of coke, and that's just the risk. Whereas with a white woman, you'll never get them disciplining your kids or like kind of maybe teach them right from wrong. That's the cost, but they won't die.
I don't know. I feel like Mexicans are better at caretaking because when you think of like a little Mexican grandma, you think of like a old sweet little grandma. She's making like tamales and stuff. You think of like a little sweet grandma.
Not
But
mine.
it's like
Mine's fucking. Mine's did fucking coke and shit.
no, mine are
And
cool.
also like if I acted up, she would put my hand on the stove and burn it.
Man, your grandma's cool.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm such a straight-headed guy. Maybe that's why I have a good head on my shoulders because I got my hand burnt. But you know what? I saw grandma's medicine and I didn't want to touch it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my grandma made me little bean and cheese tacos. So.
Yeah. Look at you now. But you're not a good person. You're not a nice guy.
Yeah,
like
I would
me.
prove
I'm
that.
a nice guy.
I would prove that today if Devan was here, but that'll be for the next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, kid ODs because of fentanyl. Fentanyl strikes again.
It is the risk of letting Mexicans around your kids. They just get drunk and then the kid might occasionally just drink a beer, which I did.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's like
because if like my aunt, like if I was like staying at my aunts or uncles, and yeah, they're watching me, sure, but they have booze laying around, and that's how me and my cousins would drink.
My dad was like, "Come on, son, like have a beer with me."
Like if I was born today, and then like if Uncle Jose had his like fentanyl laying around, I think like a little Mike would have grabbed up like a little handful too.
Well, you'd be like that kid who just died.
Exactly. That's just the risks.
That was fentanyl strikes again.
So, like I said, are people gonna finally admit that fentanyl was like made by the feds to like population control or kill off drug addicts?
I feel like fentanyl isn't really like it doesn't really kill people. Like okay, like
but even if it does, like because they're claiming it kills people, and they're saying like drug dealers are doing this. No drug dealer's gonna fucking kill someone with a drug because they need to come back and buy more.
Exactly.
Like
That's
I mean, at least even for like crack, like one of the worst ones or heroin, they still like live for like a good 20 years, maybe 10. They don't fucking just like instantly die the first fucking hit they take.
Because the way people die on heroin, for example, is because they'll decide to get clean, right? And then they'll get clean. They'll get clean, and they'll go on for a while, and then something traumatic will happen, and then when something like that, like a traumatic happens, they're like, okay, well, I know what will make me feel better, heroin, and they'll go back to it. But the thing is, they did it at like such a high dose that they think they can handle it, and then when they do it again, they just die because they OD because they haven't done it in a while.
Or they use dirty needles and they die of AIDS, so like a slow death from the status effect of
See,
the heroin.
See, nah, I don't believe that. I feel like that like builds your immune system up.
AIDS?
It's like no
Dirty needles.
Yeah. See, because like you think about it, whenever like the flu was new or whatever, what did people do? They got the pus like from the soldiers who had it or whatever, and they'd wipe it on like your battles or like your wounds, and then boom, no more flu. You're good. You're cured.
What do you mean rub it on your battle wounds? There was no battlefield where they were getting shot at and they're like, man, I got the sniffles. Let me go rub my snot all over your fucking bullet hole. They didn't do that.
That's how the thingy was made. The flu shot.
Through
Get it?
pus.
Because they got shot. They got shot in like the arm or whatever, and then someone would be like sneezing and shit. They're like, ugh. So someone decided to get their like snot or whatever and their pus because I don't know. They got like pimples or whatever.
Yeah,
so
I don't believe you because you're just saying you don't know. Clearly, you don't know.
What, you're gonna be like that one fucking Devan's friend who the Christian dude's like, whoa, they don't fact check. I'll say whatever the fuck I want, alright? I believe whatever I say.
No, like what if one of our listeners right now, he's dying in the woods, he's bleeding out, and he's looking for help, and the only thing he doesn't have internet, but he downloaded the latest episode of the Fine Whining Podcast. Okay. So in his last dying moments, he's bleeding out, he's listening to our podcast, and they're like, oh, there's a way to, stop your wound. And he's like, oh, I'm listening. Yeah, wipe your snot all over it. And he does it. He dies. Jeez.
Yeah, well, no, see, because he's trying to stop the blood from coming out. I'm trying to help him stop from getting sick. That's the difference, you fucktard.
Okay, then what if he's dying of the flu in the woods? Like, what if he, like, his nose
Okay, get your snot and then, like, get your snot, cut your fucking wrist, and then just wipe it all over there, and you'll be fine.
Cut your wrist and rub snot on it.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Well, if any listeners are dying from the cold for some reason and you decide to listen to cheese and, you die from it, well,
let us know, I guess.
Let your family write in.
But yeah. Stop being such a baby, Mike.
I'm the babe. I can rub snot on it. It helps it.
It makes sense. That's what they did it back in the day, all right? But now we have technology.
Okay. I got that thought of. How many fucking deaths were in World War II from the fucking flu?
Hundreds. I don't know.
Maybe all the Jews
I didn't even say World War.
Maybe in Auschwitz they all fucking died of the flu. Like Hitler had a cold, he was sneezing on all the Jews and they all died.
Maybe he was trying to find a vaccine.
Yeah,
maybe that's what happened.
Well, either way, we appreciate you, Big H.
Yeah, Big H, huh?
For what? I'm not gonna say, but for the Volkswagen, obviously.
Yeah, for less. Imagine like.
Well, no.
Okay, imagine a world of like how many did he kill? Like 4.5. Imagine even more now. There's already a lot of them. Well,
okay, but what if Jerry Seinfeld died? I couldn't enjoy my show with Seinfeld anymore.
This is gonna be my hot take. He's not funny. Jerry Seinfeld isn't funny.
He's all right.
No, he's not funny at all.
You know what I love about him? And I think a lot of people don't get his bit is that he is a miserable. He is like the nice. He's the normal man. He tries to be polite and normal, but he's also the most miserable person in the fucking world. And like all the jokes he tells, he's just a man with such disdain for the world that but he tries to sound like nice about it all the time. So I do appreciate him. I like him.
His jokes are not funny.
I just don't like him as a person. He's lame.
Well, I don't even know him like as a person. I'm saying like his jokes, for me, from what I saw so far, is just like rich people humor.
Can you give me an example of what's rich people humor?
Okay, so have you seen the Bees movie?
Yes.
Okay,
they just make bee jokes.
No.
What, do only rich people drink honey or whatever?
Yeah, see? no, but like,
us poors, we only have high fructose corn syrup. We don't have this thing called honey.
yeah, we get this thing called great value honey. It's not really honey. It's just a bunch of syrup. I don't know. I just don't think he's funny. And
that's fine.
Yeah, I don't like. Anyways.
All right, you want to take us out?
Yeah, sure. Devin, we need you. All right. Well, that's been this episode of the Fine Whining Podcast, and hopefully we'll have Devin back so I can tell him something really funny. He's gonna love it. Devin, if you're listening, I know you are listening. It's gonna be fun. All right. All right. Huh?
You said it's gonna be fun, and I said E.
No, it's just gonna be fun. It's gonna be a nice time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to that episode, everybody.
Yeah. Don't miss it. So, anyways, yeah, that's been the Fine Whining Podcast. Bye.